Let's do loosening liver fat cells morning meditation. You can do this at any time of day, but morning, it works a little bit better. But still, if you do it in the afternoon, you do it in the middle of the day, it's still fantastic. So here's what you do. You lay flat on your back. If you have swollen joints or rheumatoid arthritis or a tricky back or sore back, you don't have to bring your knee all the way up to your chest. Only do that if it's a position you're used to and it works for you. Otherwise, bring your knee wherever it's comfortable, maybe up to the point where you can reach it into your hands, which is perfectly fine. If you can't move it at all, so if you can't move your leg at all, that's fine too. Only do what you're able to do. Hold this position for about 30 seconds. Drop the leg back down and lie flat for 30 seconds. So let's do that. Carefully bend your right leg and bring that knee up towards your chest. Let's pull your leg up and we'll keep it there for about 30 seconds. And what's happening here, this is setting the stage. This is starting to purge the lymphatic system, just the lymphatic system around the liver itself. It's that powerful. So that's how powerful this really is. So hold for about 30 seconds. So let's drop the leg back down and we lie flat for about 30 seconds. This is very important too. There's something that happens with a sequence that we're dealing with here. The liver has an intelligence that works with this 30-second sequence. So even if you've done yoga in the past, it could have been more than 30 seconds in that position, or a position where you're stretching, it could have been much more or even less, and that's not going to help the liver. Now bend your left leg and bring that knee toward you for 30 seconds. So let's do that. Let's get the left leg and bring that up and hold that for 30 seconds. Fantastic. Now what happens is the lymphatic system, while we're waiting here, the lymphatic system around the liver is being activated. This is giving the liver permission to do what it's about to do to loosen up the fat cells. Now, when you're ready, drop the leg and lie flat for another 30 seconds. So for another 30 seconds, lie flat, and that's giving the liver permission. The liver is very connected to exactly what you're doing right now. That's one leg pump sequence we just did. We need to repeat the sequence for a total of 4 times. So that's what we're going to do. So let's do that right now. We bring the leg up and we hold it for 30 seconds. That's what we're going to do. We'll hold that leg up for 30 seconds. Let the healing happen. And what is going on is fat cells are loosening up inside the liver. The liver's getting permission with the sequence to loosen these fat cells up. And we drop that leg back down and we sit it there for 30 seconds. And when we're ready, we'll lift the other leg as well. So here's what's happening while we're doing this. What you'll be doing during this part of the meditation is loosening up any fluid retention around the liver. So that's what you have to know. Mucousy fluid, like yellow fluid, being pumped around your liver and being moved away. Okay, so we do the other leg. We lift that leg up and we bring it up 30 seconds and we hold it there. So fluid retention gathers around the liver. That's what happens when the liver's toxic and stagnant and sluggish. It gathers around, this fluid becomes toxic as well. And it even gains like a yellow color, and we want this color clear. We want this color clear. So what we do is drop that leg back down. We're going to rest that for about 30 seconds. As this fluid sits there, it sits there stagnant around the liver. It keeps the liver from even loosening up fat cells, and we're moving it around. We're actually pumping it away from the liver And we're sending messages into our lymphatic system that the liver gets permission to do what it needs to do, to lose weight and to lose toxins. And that's what's happening. Let's pull that leg up for 30 seconds now. And that's what we need to do. We're relieving pressure in the lymphatic vessels as you pump out the fluid. And this is a yellow mucousy fluid that everybody has from a liver being toxic. If they're drinking coffee, it keeps the liver toxic. If you're eating too much chocolate, it keeps the liver toxic. It does. And the liver gets stagnant and the fat cells collect over the years. Now, bring that leg down and let that rest for 30 seconds. So what's happening is we're doing this. Something miraculous is going to occur. The liver's communicating. It's communicating with you for the first time. Your liver knows that you really do love it if you're going to do anything for it to such a degree, because you're sacrificing now. We never sacrifice for our liver. We never do. We're going to grab the other leg. Our liver sacrifices itself for us every single day, every minute, every year, all the way throughout our life. And we don't sacrifice anything for the liver. And right now, the message is being sent. You're taking time out for the liver. It feels the compassion. It feels the love. This is that powerful and that advanced for liver therapy and liver health. The liver understands what you're doing. Now let's drop that left leg down. Lymphatic fluid's moving around faster and faster. You don't have to be doing cardio. You don't have to be rushing or taking a quick walk, because that doesn't give your liver permission to release what it's releasing right now. This does. This is that powerful. Mucus that's all been stagnant and sluggish and sitting inside the liver is finally getting pushed out. Now the right leg. And then the rest of the fat cells on our body can start to break down, because it's all symbiotic. It's all synergistically connected on every level. It's all systematically connected on every level to the liver. This is a powerful time for you. It really is. Because what's happening now is your liver recognizes that you love it. Your liver recognizes that you really do care. It's an amazing thing that happened today doing this. Now, you can put that leg back down and rest that for 30 seconds. We're almost done with the last sequence. We're going to go to the other leg in just a few seconds. So there's so many different poisons trapped inside the liver. This is even going to help loosen those up as well, because fat cells grab onto poisons, hold on to them, and encase them. So you're going to have to drink a little bit more water, and maybe even lemon water after this. That's how powerful this meditation is. Grab the last leg there and bring that up. We believe we all work hard with everything we do, but I promise you this, your liver works harder than we ever could. Your liver is loving you for this. Think about how grateful your liver is, because it's truly grateful. It's truly grateful for what you have done for it today. And this is an incredible momentous day, a beautiful day, a really beautiful day. Now you can let that knee back down, that leg back down, and rest. So after these leg pumps, which we just did, after these leg pumps, stay relaxed, straighten out your back. You can lay there. Rest both of your hands. So rest both of your hands with your fingers interlaced if you'd like. You can even have your fingers kind of crossing each other and interlaced. But lay both of your hands over your liver area. Now your liver runs across the whole area practically. It's more so on the right side, but it also runs on the left side as well, on your left-hand side too. So the liver is very large. So what you do is, and many of us have enlarged livers because of all the fat cells that have been built up in toxins and poisons. So this is really helpful for what we're doing. You're laying your hands over the liver and over the liver area. Now don't strain. Relax your elbows. Relax your elbows. Very important. That's a very important part. Relax the elbows. Imagine that your hands are magnets. So imagine that your hands are magnetic. They're magnets. or even suctions, like suction cups. Imagine that your hands are like suction cups. And they're going to loosen and draw up fat cells. That's what they're doing. They're loosening and drawing up fat cells from the organ. That's what they're doing. Envision an energy going upward to your hands as though they have their own gravitational pull or other force that's freeing stagnant energy trapped inside the liver and drawing it up to them. Picture this any way you need to with your visioning abilities, whether as particles of sand falling upward to your own mental image into your hands. Continue this for 10 minutes. So make sure your hands are on top of your liver. Make sure you can have your fingers crossed. They could be interlaced together. Have your fingers there. Have your hands over your liver, on top of your liver. Because earlier what you did, and just make sure you're doing that now because it's happening as we speak. Make sure you're doing it because what we did, we loosened up fat cells earlier. We pumped fluid that was toxic in yellow to get clear fluid back in. We pushed yellow fluid out of the liver and from away from the liver. And we brought in clear fluid is what we brought in. That's what we did. Clear lymphatic fluid we brought in to encase the liver, to go around the liver so the liver can then purge more yellow mucousy, liquid out of the liver, giving it room to loosen up and jar all kinds of fat cells that are in there, fat cells that are holding on to adrenaline from emotional experiences, fat cells that are holding on to toxins and poisons from every different place you've been, from anywhere. Envision a great rainstorm and just water running down avenues, running down streets, and the same thing, and just cleaning the streets, making everything fresh. The pollen on trees, everything, the dust from roads, the dust on cars, and that great rain comes down and just gives everything just a cleaning. And that's what you're doing here. That's what you're doing here. You're moving toxins out. You're cleaning up fat cells. You're moving them. You're dispersing them. Some are exploding. Some are just loosening up. The suction from your hands is that powerful. The ability you have is that powerful. Because your liver knows you're giving it what it needs. Your liver knows. Your liver knows you care about it now. And that makes the liver ignite something in it, a willpower it has all on its own. See, your liver has a willpower to survive. It has a willpower to keep you young. You just have to ignite it. You just have to tell it. You just have to empower it. And you know what happens? You empower yourself like never before in your life ever. The most empowering thing you can ever do is having compassion for your liver and caring for it. There's nothing more empowering, because once you get to the root of it all, the root of everything, which is the liver in our lives, from anger to fear to emotions to all these things, to sicknesses, illnesses, and symptoms, and things I've talked about that are in Liver Rescue, the book Liver Rescue, and everything else, once you empower it to this degree, then truly you got to the root. And then anything can happen. Anything. Things that you've wanted to come to you can finally happen. Everything that you need to do is inside of you. And no one knew. It's really inside the liver. But you know now. And once you know, you can't turn back. It's time to learn about the liver. It's time to learn the truth about the liver and what it's doing for you. It's time to learn the truth about healing and how to heal. It's time to move forward. It's time to empower yourself. It's time to empower your liver. It's time to let your liver take you to where it needs to take you. And it's time for you to take your liver to where it needs to go for you and with you. You're on a journey together, you and your liver. If it's even helpful, name your liver. Give your liver a name if it's even helpful, so you can identify with it in any way you need to. In any way, shape, fashion, or form. Your liver knows your name. As I said before, there's nothing about you that your liver doesn't know. It knows you better than any single person on the planet can ever know you. It knows you better than anything can ever know you. It knows you better than anything does. It knows you better than the universe knows you. It knows you better than anything can. It sits inside of you. It watches your every move. It monitors it. It maps it. It records it. It documents it. It tries to stop it. It tries to help you. It tries to promote it. It tries to do everything it can to take care of you. And now it finally knows you care. And now it finally knows you have compassion towards it. And now it's finally ready to join hands and hold hands with you. And envision you're holding hands with your liver. Envision your liver has a hand and you're holding hand. See it as an energetic hand. See it as energy. Now keep your hands on there a little bit longer and draw up those toxins and draw up those fat cells and bring those to the surface. Loosen them up. Loosen them all up. Your liver's coming out of stagnancy. The liver heat's reducing. Anger, frustration, all of it. Mood imbalances are all going to get calmed down. Everything's going to calm down and be in a more peaceful state, in a more peaceful place in your life. I recommend doing this meditation once a day. I recommend doing it once a day if you can. Like I said before, as you care for your liver, anything is possible. All kinds of conditions and illnesses alleviate. We're giving the liver the foundation, the foundational support it needs. And as I lay out in Liver Rescue, there's so many things you can do for your liver. There's the different foods and also the 369 liver cleanse that's appropriate for the liver, because the liver doesn't like to be pushed. It doesn't like to be pushed around or taken advantage of. When it cleanses, it loves to be cared for in a proper way. And I outline that in there. But there's so much you can do. And when you just give it one thing as powerful as just this meditation alone, it's the foundational tool. It gives it its own realization that you are there. You are aware of it. You do care. You do want it to heal in every way possible. And when that happens, everything good happens. Because inside the body, there's a disconnect. We have a disconnect with some of our organs and us, because we're all about the busy life and the busy everything and all the things we're up against all day long. And then the liver, it just needs a little bit of our love, a little bit of our caring. That's all it needs. And you'd be surprised what's about to happen. You'd be surprised about what's going to go on in your life. Because the liver has the strength it needs to push on and go on, and that's going to give you strength that you've never felt before. I promise you this, when you care for the liver and recognize your liver, it will love you back in every way, shape, and form, and it does right now. It knows you're onto it. It knows you're thinking about it. It knows you're all about the strength of it. You're all about it healing. You're all about it getting rid of its stagnicity, getting rid of its poisons, getting rid of the fat cells. You're all about caring for it. I want you to know what you have just done is going to really help in so many ways, and it already has. Take one a day at a time, and just think about your liver whenever you can each day. If you can do the meditation once a day, that's amazing. If you can do it once a week, that's amazing. If you can do other things for the liver out of Liver Rescue, that's amazing, because your liver wants rescuing. Know how hard I know you work in life and all the things you struggle through. And if you're sick or have conditions or symptoms and all that you've been through and all the different doctors and all the help you've needed and looked for and all the different things and how hard that's been. I know people suffer, and I know you have suffered, and you know people who have suffered and struggled. But when we take care of the liver, we have a chance to turn it all around. We have a chance to do something really powerful. I don't want you to give up on the liver, whatever you do, because salvation is truly in the liver in so many ways, and healing is truly in the liver so many ways. I love you guys. I stand by you. I believe in you. I'm blessed to know you. Please know that. God bless you. Take one day at a time. I'm with you. I believe in you. And take care.